the Dauntless. Her head pounded as the sound of a snort wakes her up. She groans in pain, but that only brings more pain as she rises up, more pain, and holds her head in her hands. She does not open her eyes and just tries to stop the pounding. What had she done last night? Hey! The voice is low and very soft. She cracks her eyes and sees Barnabas holding a glass of something that has a clear pill that's rapidly dissolving and fizzling in the water. This will help. But, she starts to say and winces at the sound. The wince causes a little more pain. His voice is even softer now, barely a whisper. It's been tested. It's fine for your consumption. She grabs the glass and starts drinking it down, uncaring as to what it actually is if it won't kill her. Her skull feels swollen and like it's pressing down on her brain. The effects are almost immediate as whatever that fizzing tablet was, it causes the water to hit her system even faster than normal and a deep sense of relief flows through her. Before she suddenly becomes painfully aware of her bladder about to burst. The empty glass is taken from her and he points to the rear of the room. Bathroom's there. That's all she needs to hear to rush off the thin bed and into the room. It takes an embarrassingly long time to finish. She can't remember drinking so much. She opens the door with an inadvertent slam and there's a moan of pain from the room. She finally gets a good look at everything and sighs. It's a small medical chamber, not an advanced one. More of a shared recovery room for minor injuries, really. And it's Barnabas, because of course it is, sitting upright with a bit of a grin, and she can make out Vera in another bed, mostly due to the arm sticking out of the wrapped-up bundle under the sheets. She hasn't woken up yet, so it's best to let her sleep. I'm awake. I just don't want to move while I die of poisoning. You're hungover. Take a drink with Alka-Seltzer and have a piss. Most of it goes away. He answers as he drops a tablet into the glass of water on the table next to Vera and picks it up. Drink this, it will help. Yeah, what's it do? It's a combination anti-acid and pain-relieving anti-inflammatory. These ones are very weak compared to the ones I might take. This is a half dose of a child variety. It will counteract what alcohol is left in you and force your body to calm down while also rehydrating you due to the water. Don't you have anything else? Raw egg, Tabasco sauce, pear juice, and a tumbler of whiskey? He asks. Of course, the whiskey is just more booze to make you not care about the rest and will kill you. The Tabasco sauce might kill you, and raw egg is just nasty if you're not starving for protein and carbohydrates. Give me the foaming water. Vera orders him, and as he brings it close, she basically unfolds from inside the bed and reaches for the drink. She pounds it down before suddenly seeming to notice something. He points to the bathroom past Linda and Vera runs, on all fours no less, into the bathroom. So was that your first bender, or is this old hat? Barnabas asks in a slightly louder tone now that both of them have had some medicine. Stop laughing, she scolds him, still bleary. I haven't so much as chuckled. He notes calmly. How are you this active? You had more than us and in lethal concentrations, she asks, walking back to the bed she had been in and sitting down. I'm this active by comparison because two someones gave me a hard kiss shortly after I had the last bit of my personal limit, getting a taste of the uncut stuff and a good and high percentile of a lethal dose for their respective species. I had an easily manageable amount. Those kisses gave you unmanageable amounts, he says, and she just stares at him in horror. What? I did what? Kissed me. I assume it was the alcohol talking. He answers, and her mind, previously blank, suddenly goes into overdrive. What does he mean I kissed him? Alcohol talking? Alcohol doesn't talk, it represses inhibitions. So without my inhibitions, I wanted to kiss him? Wait, if we kissed, why aren't I weak in the knees for him? Humans have insane pheromones, especially in the spit. Why would he presume alcohol talks? Is it a holdover from evolution with those insane brains of theirs? You're muttering out loud. he states, and she goes completely still, utterly mortified at that mess up. As for the pheromones, I don't know. Maybe the alcohol or spices left over in my mouth counteracted them? I don't know. I'm not a biologist. Mayan. That feels so much better, Vera says, sauntering out of the bathroom. Wash your hands, Barnabas states, and she pauses. I could hear what was going on in there. Wash your hands. Vera sulks back into the bathroom and noisily washes her hands before rushing out and then racing out to pounce on him, knocking him clean off his seat and onto the floor. Gotcha, Vera says in a teasing tone. Only because I can't dig a tiger pit through deck plating, he counters. So was I hearing things right? Our cold tret is warming up to you, Vera asks. I was calming her down, Barnabas notes. Why should she need that? This is a good thing. She gets to partay. Some girls go their whole lives without so much as touching a man, and she's got good odds on grabbing you. What's to complain about? You're not a lesbian, are you? What? Why would you assume that? Linda demands as Barnabas just lets his head rest on the floor. Maybe if he doesn't draw attention to himself, they'll just go at each other. It's not that weird after all. Everyone needs someone to de-stress with and hold on to. If you like the kitty cat, then I hope you don't mind that I'm going to be a two-for deal with the big man here. Oh, my God, Barnabas mutters. Linda says nothing as her eyes narrow and Vera grins impudently at her. She then takes 2 steps, lifts up Vera in one hand and then Barnabas in the other. She then kisses Barnabas so deeply that he nearly gags even as she sucks hard and clearly swallows a small mouthful of spit. She pulls away and lets them both down, and Vera just chuckles. All right, I give up, Barnabas says, surprising them both. He puts his hands up and turns around to start walking out of the room. I do not understand women, and I never will understand women. The entire female side of things is insane. Hey, we're not crazy, Vera protests. Get back here, Linda orders him as they both rush out after him, only to skid to a stop as he's just leaning against the wall next to the door. Wow, he notes casually. Hey, wait, you're playing with us, Vera suddenly notes, and Linda sighs as she puts it together herself. She walks back into the small room and looks around. Sure enough, just like the last time she woke up in the Dauntless, there's a bundle of clothing ready for her and one for Vera as well. She leaves the room, grabs the Takra by the collar and pulls her in. Come on, girl, we need to get into fresh clothes. But I didn't bring anything. The humans brought us some, Linda says, and Vera spots the clothing and all but pounces on them. The Takra all but flies into the bathroom and emerges a little bit later with a very familiar t-shirt stretched out over her breasts so that it refuses to cover her stomach. A little tight, but I know whose this is, Vera says, outright purring. What the? Barnabas asks, leaning in. I need to pencil in a 2:00 murder, it seems. Don't tell me that they went with t-shirts for both of you. In response, Linda pulls out the piece of cloth in question and Vera laughs. I approve. Now get in those clean clothes so we can get them dirty, second wife. Second? Wait, I have work to get to, paperwork to fill out. No, you don't. I called Officer Larice and explained the situation. A mix-up in the mess hall with some human foods and you need a day to recover. She wants you to know that your pay is not being docked and to take it easy. But I need to submit a report. I did that while waiting for you to wake up. Really? She asks in surprise. Yes, I went into pedantic detail, he says, digging out his communicator and tossing it at her. It starts buzzing in mid-air and everyone's eyes widen. It's a text message. Oh my God, it actually worked. There are some actually good people mixed in with the pedophiles. Linda reads out loud. What? Barnabas asks in shock as he walks over in just 3 massive steps and grabs it. He quickly types a request for context and then blinks when he gets it. Some of the boys who've been youthaned have been willingly getting into windowless vehicles in the seedier parts of Centris.
19 out of 20 times it's a pedophile and an ass-kicking ensues. But every now and then it's actually a very socially awkward woman who's enraptured by the cute little boy. We've gotten about 50 pounds of candy and dozens of old but well-cared-for game systems out of this. Vera hits the floor, laughing. Linda gapes at an equally astonished Barnabas, and their little standoff breaks off when Barnabas groans and smacks the communicator into his forehead as Linda asks the all-important question. "What the fuck?" "These fucking guys," Barnabas groans. "Right when I thought intelligence was taking things seriously. Although I shouldn't be surprised. It's bound to be a clusterfuck when they take their notes from a living super spy and a Spetsnaz interrogator." His groan turns into a chuckle, and he eventually just holds his head back and laughs. "It's not funny. Little kids are going into windowless vans and running into pedophiles." Reread it. Not little children, full-grown spies and assassins that are currently de-aged into children to look harmless. Those kids carry enough hardware to empty most any room they enter. It's still immoral. You weren't complaining when one of the silent was helping out with that combat walker. That was a child? It looked like a shorter race. No, it was a human reduced physically to a child. But the youngest one is in their mid-20s, Barnabas says, and Linda tries to figure out the morality or immorality of things. They're physically children but mentally adults and have the training of assassins and infiltrators. Assassins are bad, but they're letting pedophiles target them and... She motions back and forth a few times in an exaggerated movement as if debating with herself. Then she throws up her hands as if in disgust and just grabs the bundle of clothing and walks into the back room. "I think you broke her," Vera notes in amusement. "Already? I didn't even do anything myself," Barnabas notes, and a few moments later Linda emerges from the bathroom looking both annoyed and somewhat resigned, and then marches straight up to him, wearing one of his t-shirts that's just as stretched out as Vera's, a bomber-style jacket and a pleated skirt with stockings. She grabs him by the lapel and drags him down into a kiss before pulling back. No more drama, no more stupidity. No dancing around things like a bunch of children. You can see it, I can see it, the cat can see it, and so can your co-workers. We've got the day off, so let's make it official and be done with it. We'll figure out the rest later. You've got work, I've got work. Let's get to work. You just said that we have the day off. Let's sort it out now and figure it out now," he replies, and she goes quiet at that. "Here's how it is," Vera says, rushing up and grabbing them both. "I want a baby, so I'm going first, and then if you've got the guts to follow, then you can. But first, to the bedroom," Vera announces, squeezing them to her chest and walking out. Then she looks around to try and get her bearings. Where's your room?" 3 levels down and half a ship away." He answers calmly, and she groans in frustration. "Come on, I'll show you the way." And with that, he wiggles out of her grip and takes a step away as Vera sulks a touch. "But I wanted to carry you." "Once we're in the right hallway, I'll tell you which door. Then you can throw me over your shoulder caveman style and throw me onto the bed." "I must be out of my mind to be agreeing to this," Linda notes. "Don't worry. We'll be working that stick out of you soon enough." "Stick?